Hello, and we are live in the ninth round with Viperio versus Krasavi, the Russian team looking to get their fourth victory in the ESEA League, where Viperio are looking to get their first victory. No, sorry, Krasavi are looking to continue their victory lead. Sorry, we're off to a ropey start. Okay, and let's see what sides are going to be chosen. And it looks like Krasavi are going to be on T side, and Viperio starting on CT. Okay, now let's see what we've got here. So, it looks like we've got a smoke and a flash from Krasavi Rush, and armor for the rest of the team. Viperio have got one defuse kit on LJM, and let's see where we go. It looks like we're going for an A take here. Oh, yeah, fast A take. And straight away, we've got 2 kills switching over. And Crismo back with the double one taps. And we've got Magic lurking. What can he get here? And here's the bomb plant. Magic in a 2v2 now. The bomb down on A site. Magic's down to 80 HP. LJM with the defuse kit is still lurking around in connector. Let's see what we can get here from Viperio. Can they hold off the terrorists on A site? Now the bomb is down in a really vulnerable position here. I don't know how the T's are going to manage it. They don't have their smoke or flash anymore either. And they've got the bomb, and it looks like they're going to be rotating back to B. Now Viperio seem like they're preempting this, and as they're going into kitchen, it looks like we have one going underpass up into apps, which is LJM, who has the defuse kit. And something 004 has wide peaked and killed Magic. It's all down to LJM for the Viperio side to clutch it. He does have a defuse kit, however, the angles aren't in his favor, and Krasavi take up the first round. Quite aggressive from the T side there. They went straight into A site before the CTs could even hold up. And what have we got here? We've got some Mac 10s. We've got one AK on Splash and a Galil on CC2 Keck. All right, yeah, let's have a look here. And the CTs are forced up here. As we can see, we've got mainly Deagles with a scout on Crismo, which is a bit odd because I thought Arianto was the AWP, and straight away we've got a Mac 10 coming in, and 2 Mac 10 kills coming in for the T side, which should be some good money. At least we've got 1 kill there from one Twig coming in on the side, and it's a quick round with a 4K for the T side. All right, and the CTs, as their money didn't go up much that round, we look like we're going to have a straight eco from the CTs. We have 1 Deagle and a few P250s bought up from the Viperio side, and it looks like they're going for a mid play. Now, what will be interesting is to see if Rush will be able to get any more kills with that Mac 10. You know, it's a typical anti-eco round strat really to have the Mac 10 going into round 3, especially if the CT's forced in the second round. We have 2 flashbangs on LJM, which will be interesting to see how they'll be used. You know, I reckon Viperio really here should be aiming to get at least 1 or 2 kills, and then I would consider that round a success going into the next buy round. And here we go. We see that they've already started to get B control. The CT's stacked mainly on mid and A, and they're starting to slowly rotate. And what a one-tap from Splash Meow there. And Rush, there we go. Like I said, he's got his Mac 10 kill. Another one would be pretty devastating for money, and he's got the other kill. The third one would be... Ooh, and a bit of a whiff there from the Viperio side. And Crash picking up a 3K with that Mac 10. Already got over 5,000 in the bank. And we see Arianto has the AWP. This is the first round where we'll be able to see the true matchup from both sides going into this lineup. Like I say, Viperio are looking to get their first win on the board, and Krasavi are looking to get their 4th win. Will Viperio be able to see it through and get their first win? And we see Arianto being pretty aggressive in mid with the AWP, and we're seeing a fast mid push from the T side. Can LJM hold them off? And Twig goes down, and so does LJM, but we get a quick trade from Crismo, equaling this up to a 4v3. You start to raise questions here of saving, but no, Arianto's going in aggressive with the AWP. Does he realise it's a very close right? Oh my god, what a headshot from Arianto! And he tags the player on bench. And Viperio looking pretty strong here. They've got a 3v2 now. No defuse kit, however, to notice. Now it's a 3v1. Viperio, do they know where he is? The last man is on bench. And it looks like Magic is going to check that angle. And Magic gets the kill. And that is the first round on the board for Viperio. Pretty convincing retake from the Viperio side, if I'm being quite honest. It looked a little bit ropey to start with that Mach 10 kill. But it's looking good for the Viperio side. That was convincing. Again, the terrorists are seeming like they are being pretty aggressive with their takes so far. Now let's have a look at what we're going to see going into the second full buy round from both sides. If the counter-terrorists win this round, the terrorists' money is going to be depleted. And here we see Magic being slightly aggressive, coming up to ramp. The standard Molotov and smoke combo to gain control seems to be holding them off a little bit earlier now, as the T side seem to be playing a little bit more passive. I don't know, but potentially Magic might have heard the AWP scope there on T ramp, knowing maybe this is a fake. This will all depend on Crismo, as they're looking to go for a B split here, and they've got connector control. Mid is something that you cannot give up on Mirage. Connector is smoked and window is smoked, and here we go. We've got 4 players coming in from connector, and a kill onto one Twig from bench, and another kill onto car. LJM goes down to something 004. And it's looking like a bit of a save possibility for the Viperio side here. A 5v3 on B site retake is so unlikely that it's going to happen unless something ridiculous happens. And I think that's what they're doing. We see Arianto falling back with the AWP to the safety of A site CT spawn. That was a pretty convincing round for Krasavi. You know, they seem like they've been aggressive this whole game, but to be fair, that round seemed a little bit more slow-paced. They got the mid control. Oh, and we get an exit frag on Magic. I don't know if that was worth it, if I'm being honest. And Crismo picking up another kill. To be honest, you know, that's a fair trade. Like I said, the terrorist money is in a bit of a tricky situation. Them winning the round should fix their financial situation slightly. Now let's see what we're going to do with Arianto with the AWP and Crismo with the AK. Are we going to see a force from the CT side? And it looks like we're just going to see some pistols from the CT side, saving their money. Yeah, a Deagle on Magic again. A CZ and a 5-7 for his teammates. And as I was saying, Krasavi have seemed like they've been playing pretty aggressive so far, and I wonder how Viperio are thinking right now and how they're going to counter-strat this. Mid control is so crucial, and it seems like they're getting it every single round. And that's exactly what I'm on about, cancelling off that mid control with Arianto getting the pick on the mid T player. Now, Viperio have the advantage here in terms of players. However, their guns and their money and their utility are still pretty low compared to the T side. And we see that they've gone for a split. Now, we've got three players for the Viperio side on A, and it looks like we're seeing a rotation off B from the T side to A. This is what Viperio need. We still have that one T lurking in connector, which could cause trouble for Crismo. Hopefully he can hold that down while the others are rotating up into apps and ramp. And it looks like LJM's going to get the information for his team. Hopefully this will make the one Twig rotate towards, as he's got the information that they might not be in apps. Now, if Arianto can get the pick here on Rush, this will be huge for Viperio, and he does! Now it's a 5v2 with Crismo getting the kill on ramp as well. This round's looking pretty much over for Krasavi, but nothing so. And what a 1D from Magic there! It's now a 4v1 for the CT side. What a round from Viperio. If Viperio can get the AWP out of the hands of Krasavi, this would be absolutely massive. Now, let's see if they're going to go hunt. And LJM creeping around the corner. He knows he's here, and he's down to 12 HP already. It's looking very much like this AWP isn't going to be able to be saved. We've got Twig coming in from the flank. This is not looking good for Tukek, and there we go. The AWP. Are we going to see a double AWP? Yes, we are. We are going to see a double AWP set from the CT side. What a round from Viperio. You know, we saw a force round there with the AWP from Arianto, and, you know, we saw how impactful that pick on mid was. If Viperio can keep mid control, then hopefully we can see more rounds in favor of Viperio on the CT side. Naturally, this map is a CT-sided map with a lot of controversy right now on maybe it being taken out the map pool. And realistically, the CTs are going to be needing to be pushing closer to that 10-round mark if they're going to want a convincing T side. Krasavi here with another fast-paced round, which is what we've seen that they're good for. Solid execution from the T side, going into the A site. Magic being taken down, and the bomb being planted from ramp. This is already looking pretty difficult for Viperio to retake. We've got 3 players in CT. Now we do have 3 kits for the Viperio side. And what a flash. Oh my god. What a 3K there. That flashbang really came in handy. And what a cleanup from the Russian team. Wow, that 3K, that was devastating for Viperio. I mean, 3 players going CT is already a bit risky, but you got to hold that angle in case someone wide peeks with a flashbang. Viperio still have enough money, and they've decided to full buy into this, still with another double AWP setup. I think to counteract this aggressive Russian side, we would need to see a more aggressive CT AWP. You know, the round that Viperio won convincingly is when they got that pick mid from Arianto from Connector, from Catwalk, sorry. And as we see here, we've got a mid execute again, with 4 players heading to mid. And it looks like Viperio doing a standard 2-1-2 split setup on the CT side. We have Twig aggressive in apps, and he gets the kill on Splash. And now we've got the advantage for Viperio. LJM only has a deagle, and he should be able to convincingly pick up. And what a trade by Rush. Now, I don't think the T's know that LJM is in apps. I think they only saw Twigs, so this could be interesting. And Magic goes down by the aggressive play by the Russian in Connector. Now, LJM, aggressive in apps, should get the kill here. And yes, he does. He equals it up to a 3v3. And it's going for a B take now. Or it looks like the bomb's actually rotating back to A. Will Crismo realize this and head back? Oh, I don't think Crismo realizes. And there we go. We've heard the sound cue of a Molotov, and I think this is where the rotate's going to start to happen. And LJM gets that trade, evening it up to... oh, it's a 3v2. My bad. Okay, it's a 3v2, and again, we can see 3 people going CT. This didn't work out last time for Viperio, but it should be more beneficial. We still have utility on the Viperio side, with 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs. The bomb's been smoked. Now we have 1 AWP. You would need to stick this for this to work. And 1 trades off. And it looks like the Ninja Diffuser is going to go through for Viperio. And they get it. With a wallbang from Arianto finally at the end there. That was still an expensive round for Viperio, as they lost a lot of utility and guns going into that. However, the Russian team still have enough money to full buy. And we see a pause. We see a pause coming out here from Viperio, I believe. And I wonder what's going through their mind. You know, you're 2 rounds behind. You know, you haven't got the economy to keep up with the terrorists, and you know their aggressive plays, you know, seem to keep breaking through the defense of the Russian side. Now, if I was Krasavi, I would just keep up with the aggression here. That seems to be what's working. You know, they're getting the mid control, they're getting the pick, and you know that's really what's kind of making Viperio seem like they're crumbling under pressure a little bit. You know, from the Viperio side, I want to see a little bit more aggression from that AWP on Arianto. You know, every time we've seen, I think it was Twig up in apps. You know, he got the kill. Arianto, with that mid pick earlier on in the game. You know, that seems to be the only way that's shutting down the Russian side. Now, the Russian side are slightly favoured into this game. Again, here this is exactly what I'm on about with the Russian aggression. And we get with a pick on Arianto, goes down straight away. And another one. And it's a straight. It's a 3v3 already for the Viperio side, with Twig going huge and Magic getting the trade with the FAMAS. Oh, the wallbang's looking good there for Clivic. Let's see what happens. And he's on 24 HP on site. A nade from LJM could be the end of that man's fate. But he's decided to throw a ramp. Here we go again. We've got 2 kits on Viperio. Solid defense. Oh my god, and LJM jumping over and managing to get the kill. Oh, and 2Kek. It's going to be close. Does he see him in the smoke? And he doesn't get him. No. I had a no-scope from Rush to end it off. Magic going for the hero play, but there's not much he could have done in that situation. And again, this is what I'm on about. This Russian T side, their aggression is just throwing Viperio off. You know, I want to see more Molotovs being deployed early from the Viperio side to stop these Russians just from coming through. You know, Krasavi are really putting up the pressure here for Viperio. And again, we're seeing this mid take. The bomb's going to get dropped top mid. Yeah, this is standard. This seems to be their default. We've got 1 guy going apps. We've got two guys going aggressive mid. And then again, we get the connector kill from Magic. This is what I mean. It's a, you know, Viperio don't have much utility going into this round, so there's only so much you can expect, really. But, you know, I would like to see maybe a bit more of a stack, you know, spreading out, going against these guns. It's never going to work for Viperio in this situation, especially with how aggressive the Russian side are being, you know. They're playing very well right now, you know. They're learning when the anti-ecos are. And LJM with a 1D, to be fair, to equal it up to a 4v4 and a quick trade. And there we go. This is what I'm on about. It's crumbled again. We see 2 deagles left on the Viperio side. All realistically Viperio can do here is either save a gun or get another kill or 2. And we see a headshot from Splash, from the flank from Arianto, from Palace. And we see the AWP kill from Rush. A pretty standard side, you know, you can't blame Viperio too much for that round. Like I said, I would have liked to have seen a stack from Viperio. However, Krasavi are seeming like they've got the stronger side right now. Talking about kills, let's have a look at the kills here. You know, CC2Kek and Splashmellow are both on double digits. The only players in the server right now to be on 10 kills or more. The Viperio side are yet to get there. And again, we've seen more of a full eco from the Viperio side, you know. All the players have 1900 or less. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're doing. And this is, it's almost, they listen to what I've said, you know. They're going for a stack on A. You know, all 5 players here. I think this is what they needed to switch the momentum. And we see a headshot from Prismo getting damage. And it is like looking like a bit of a cleanup for the Russian side. To be honest, that's as much as you could get for Viperio. You know, 1 kill when you've only got USPs. You can't ask for much more than that. What I'm going to be interested to see here is whether Viperio decide to full buy or half buy. And they decide to go for full buy, again, not having the AWP this time, which seems to be the only crux which is keeping them up in this game so far. And we're going into round 12 again, and are we going to see another default from the Russian side? It does look like we are, where the bomb is being dropped top mid. We have 2 players going down aggressive on mid, 1 holding connector. And Arianto has spotted this, and I feel like they should start to learn what this default is being right now. Connector again being smoked off. And we have Rush again, once again, going up aggressive into connector. And they decided to leave mid this round, which is quite interesting. You know, Viperio aren't playing someone window. Maybe that's because they don't have the AWP. And are we going to see a bomb rotate all the way back to A again? I think we are. We're seeing CSGO Molotoving stairs. And I think this is what we're going to see again. I think we're going to see Krasavi doing an aggressive take on A. They still have enough utility to convincingly take the site. Viperio still have 4 smokes. I would like to see these smokes starting to get deployed right now. And there we go. Holding off the push. Good smokes by Viperio. And here we go. This is the fast explosions that the Russians have been known for this game so far. Twig on a fast rotate. And Krismo goes down. And so does Arianto. We really need Viperio to come up here. And LJM and Magic getting the trades. And Splash going huge. Getting the trades on LJM and Magic. This is now a 1 versus 3 from 1 Twig. Not much you can do with 40 HP. So it looks like he's going to go save up with B-apps. Is he going to peek? Oh, why are you peek? A bit of a silly peek there from 1 Twig, I believe. No need to peek there. You know, he had a gun. His team have no money going into this round. And it is 9-3 from Krasavi. Again, this is what we're seeing. These aggressive plays just taking Viperio off guard. They had 4 smokes really late into that round, and I would have liked to have seen them being popped a little bit sooner, or some Molotovs to maybe counteract these rushes. And again, this is what Krasavi are doing. They're just playing their default. We're seeing 1 man go up into apps. We're seeing 3 go mid. Looks like they're slightly aiming towards B this round. Viperio, luckily, have stacked the B bomb site. And we have seen some potential good usage from the Deagles from Magic and Chrismo so far this game. And I think Krasavi have read that they're... Yeah, and it looks like they have. I think Krasavi have read that Viperio have stacked B, and it looks like a slow rotation back to A is going to be happening. Twig is going up in that. And something 004 gets the kill on Magic, pushing quickly. And Viperio all pushing the smoke to try and get the kill, but it doesn't look like it works. Something picking up a 3k. Boosted on that annoying head angle. And Chrismo, that's what I was on about, the 1D from Chrismo. Ooh, and Chrismo nearly picked up another one right there from distance. And it's all down to Chrismo to do more damage in this round. Looking to do some economic damage. Chrismo, with that 1D, we've seen what he can be, what he can do with this Eagle. Oh, and he's already down to 8 HP. It's not looking good, and it looks like the Russians are going to be hunting for that Viperio player. Going into next round, Viperio really need to change things up. I think, like I say, some Molotovs to stop these aggressive plays are really what needs to be done. Oh, and a potential time there for Chrismo, and he goes down to a lovely headshot from Splash Meow. And Splash Meow is having a really good game right now with 17 frags and 5 deaths. You know, compared to, you know, other players like Twig. You know, he seems like he has the potential, but right now he's sitting on 3 kills and 12 deaths. You know, no player on Viperio right now has got a positive KD, and another pause has come through. You know, I wonder what's going through the Viperio mindset right now. You know, it's 10-3. You know, these are the kind of rounds that you would be wanting on the other side if you were a CT. However, it doesn't seem like it's working for them. What much is working for them? You know, they're still going for the double up setup. Yeah, it seems like Viperio is still going for the double up setup. I wonder if they're going to change it up. Twig, last time we did the double up setup, Twig was aggressive in B apps, and Arianto was in mid. Again, that's what I'm on about. I would like to see Arianto or Twig go aggressive and try and get the pick, just to even up the gameplay. And again, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing the Russians going mid on their fast, and we've seen a bit of a mid push from Viperio here. They're changing things up a little bit. It seems like they're pulling something out of the strap hook, and it seems like they're throwing off the. Oh, and Magic goes down to the alt mid. Can Chrismo get the trade back? He's got one. He's got another one. In the words of DJ Khaled, he has another one. He went huge for his team there, even it up to a 2v2. Now it is 2 AWPs on the CT side, and I don't know how much this is going to help. You know, you've got full HP on Rush, which is huge if one of the Viperio players with their shot, and we see them just taking their time, playing passive. We've got 1 player in mid, and we've got 1 player towards T-spawn. Now Arianto is holding this angle in B, so there's not much that can really be done unless one was to flank into kitchen. And we're seeing what may be a fake here from the T side. Are we going to see an early rotation from Twig? Is he holding the angle? No, he just moved just in time. I think. And Arianto, Arianto is anticipating it. He's anticipating the short push. All he needs here is 1 pick, and he should fall back and make the 2v1 happen. I would love for the auto director, please go back to Arianto. And he whiffs the shot, but that's fine. We've got the intel. We don't have a diffuse cut on Viperio, however, that is going to be crucial to this retake. B-site notorious for being hard to retake, and they're all being aggressive into kitchen, and he's fallen back there, Keck. It looks like Rush and Keck are going to be able to hold off the Viperio side. 2 AWPs on a retake is never an easy feat. And yeah, Twig goes down, and so does Arianto. Yeah, it's a difficult situation when you're retaking a 2v2 with 2 AWPs on B site. Well played by the Krasavi side there. You know, again, really well recovered from what was quite a good change-up in strat from Viperio from that mid push to start with. You know, the huge play from that 3k in mid from the Viperio side really, you know, is going to demoralize them. You know, it feels like you're in the lead and then you just get knocked back down straight away from these trades. And again, we're seeing another default from the T side. a nade stack from Viperio and Crismo picking up that kill on ramp. I would like to see Crismo going a bit aggressive here, seeing if there's any intel on A, so that the players can start to rotate to mid and B a little bit more. You know, we see the bomb coming up to mid again. Oh, and this will be huge if the Russian can pick up this kill, and he does. And Clivic gets that control from ladder room. Ramp is being re-smoked again by Arianto. Not really going to be doing much. Oh, and LJM's pinned down a little bit here with the UMP against the AWP, and he manages to get away. Arianto now is flanking Abe, but it looks like he knows. And will the bomb go down? And the bomb does go down. Viperio do have the bomb control right now. However, he is the only CT with that bomb control. And Magic goes down to the AWP, but it's a quick trade from Crismo, which evens it up to a 2v3. Now, if this kill goes... Yeah, and it does. And it's a 2v2 now. The bomb... They've got the intel. They know the bomb's going A. We're going to need to see a quick rotate off LJM here, really, if there's going to be any chance from a retake. The Russians still have a lot of utility for this late in the round, with Viperio only having a smoke grenade, and again, no defuse kit from the Viperio side. Flashbang goes into CT. Crismo, reluctant to push, where a few rounds earlier, 3 of the Viperio side got sprayed down, and LJM on the flank gets shut down. Crismo going for maybe a ninja play here. He's got a smoke grenade, but he has no defuse kit. Like I say, we've got 1 player ramp, we've got 1 player jungle. This is going to be a ridiculously hard defuse. They know where he is, and he's locking it down, to be fair. And he goes down to the spray through the smoke. Crismo falling to rush, and it's 12-3 to end the half. Wow, what a half from the Russian side. You know, again, the only way Viperio can come back in this game is if they can mirror the aggression that the Russians had in their first half. It'll be interesting to see the pistol round strat. The pistol round, you know, as much as I would like to think that Viperio could come back in the game, the pistol round is going to be crucial for the Viperio side. If they don't get the pistol round, then almost all hopes of winning this game have, you know, gone down the drain, which will make Viperio stand at 0-3 and Krasavi stand at 4-0 in this league. And let's have a look here at what the T's are going to do. They've got 2 flashes and a smoke and armor for the rest of the boys at Viperio. The Russians seem to have just gone for a straight armor stack, no defusers. And it looks like we're going to go for an explosive B contact here with maybe a fake. Ah, this is what I want to see. The smoke grenade going over to A. Maybe with a bit of a fake A split here from the Viperio side. And 1 kill going down. Keck falls down into connector, but there's still a heavy high presence from the Viperio side, from the Russian side in mid. Rush. Oh, and what a trade there from Magic goes down in terms of Crismo. And Crismo and Twig pick up the 2 taps, making this a 4v2 for the Viperio side. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a little bit more pressure from the Viperio side. And what a convincing side. Nearly a clean sheet from the Viperio side. Crismo survived attacks from 3 different enemies that round while he got the kills. And we're seeing Twig picking up an AK. I would like to see the Viperio side picking up some SMGs for the money to get the ball rolling, but it looks like they're going for a Galil stack from all the 1 AK and 4 Galils, and there we go. We've got 1 Mach 10 on LJN. Hopefully, you can get some money to get the ball rolling. The Russians, however, we're seeing this is what Viperio I feel like should have done, but they've just gone for a full eco. They've got the round advantage. They don't need to be wasting their money. They can afford to lose this round and more. Nothing crazy from the Krasavi side. I'm liking this play from Krasavi. You know, they're making up for the fact that they've not bought much utility or guns by stacking all together. And they've got mid control, which is huge on this map. And it looks like they're pushing top mid with 3 players all going to mid. Twig has the bomb. What's happening? And LJM and Twig managed to get the push. And LJM was so low on HP there that at least 1 kill has gone in favor of Krasavi. And a quick spray down from Crismo. Looks like he's going to take something down. He's on 16 HP, and he somehow has managed to be alive. And Arianto is on the flank, and he manages to get the 2K for the round. Viperio 5, Krasavi 12. And this is going to be probably the deciding factor in this game, is whether Viperio can win this buy round or not. You know, winning this buy round will reset the money on the CT side, you know, giving them another few chances to round to equalize the scoring system. Let's have a look at what the CTs are going to do here. And it looks like they've gone for a 3-2 split. Are we going to see... we're seeing a double connector push from the Krasavi side again, being super aggressive on mid, getting that aggressive control. And LJM does get the entry on mid. And another one. And it's a 2v2 for trade with Arianto coming up on top. CTs have 2, Ts have 3. Oh, and Crismo goes down in apps, equaling out to a 2v2. Will Magic spot him out? And Magic does get the kill! A site is clear. Arianto does have the bomb, however, and he does have to have a fast rotate. Slavic did get the kill on Magic, equaling up to a 1v1 now. The Russian is on 6 HP with Arianto, knowing exactly where he is with the HP advantage, and he gets the kill. A crucial round for Viperio, very expensive, but crucial in their hopes to win this game and get their first league win of the season. And again, we're seeing a slight buy-up from Krasavi. Again, they've got the round advantage. They've got 6 more rounds than Viperio. There's no need to force into this. There's no need to waste your money and risk giving Viperio a chance back into this game. Viperio, full utility, full AKs. I quite like this Viperio. I think it's good that they haven't invested in an AWP this early. You know, there's no risk losing the AWP and giving it to the side. And this nade seems like it's going to hit on splash like it did. An 18 HP. What a nade. Taking both players down to less than 30 HP. Crismo hoping to get a double spray down here, hopefully. We have Rush being aggressive, holding the off angle. And the CTs are just playing patient. I do like this from them. You know, we see 2 Deagles. You know, and we've seen how devastating that can be last half when Viperio was still getting the one-taps. And here we go from the push, and Crismo's seen it. And he's been digged down to 18 HP himself. All Viperio need to do is not lose a gun to this Russian side, and they should be good for the next few rounds. Krasavi looking to pick up a gun, at least maybe 1 or 2 kills, and that should be a round success for them. And Viperio starting to explode onto the A site. Will they see the player up in apps? And he manages to get away into CT. And the player up in apps does go down, and Magic does go down from a 1D from the player on stairs. Arianto now looking to get that trade on the stairs player. Twig, and Twig gets the wall bang. Twig gets the wall bang, and it's a pretty clean round for Viperio again. You know, they lost 1 player, they lost Magic, but no guns were picked up from the CT side. This is going to be starting to look like a bit of a close game. You know, we're seeing the double AWP setup. Again, we saw how deadly that could have potentially been when Viperio were playing. However, it always seemed to fall down to the mid plays from the T side. Viperio have elected to go for the single AWP play on Arianto. Let's see what Viperio do. You know, the Krasavi seem to be heavy on the mid control, which I think is crucial and the reason why they're a few rounds ahead. Viperio have the momentum. And we see the bomb being dropped just outside of T spawn in B apps. Arianto now picking up the bomb, heading towards, and Crismo getting the entry on B. Now is Crismo going to fall back? We're starting to see the Viperio players getting control of mid. Window has been smoked, connector hasn't, and we still have Keck on the side of Catwalk, and there we go, Catwalk has been sprayed. However, Crismo and LJM go down to the AWP play from that double AWP setup that I was talking about earlier about potentially being so deadly. The Viperio players are extremely split up there. However, Magic is getting control of A site. Arianto falls down to Keck again with that AWP, proven to be deadly with this AWP on the CT side already. Twig and Magic starting to push. However, this is a 2v4 setup, and the bomb is down and in control of the Krasavi side. Viperio do have the potential to save here. Twig, you know, having enough money to maybe drop an AWP to his teammate next round. However, they both decide to go down. The double AWP setup seems to be pretty decent for the Krasavi side, you know, taking them up to 13 rounds. Viperio still on 7. And we're seeing a force again by Viperio, you know, they're not going to have as much utility as last time. You know, not all players have full nades. Some players don't have armor. Twig doesn't even have Kevlar himself. I don't know if I'm much of a fan of that. Arianto going for the famous glass cannon. I think that's okay. Twig with an AK. I would have preferred to have seen him on a Mach 10 to save some money. The aggressive AWP play in mid doesn't work out this time like it did last time. And we'll see what they do. Viperio here looking like they're setting up for an A explosion. And a flick shot legging Twig all the way down to 17 HP. And Viperio here. Can LJM get this? And Magic. No, he's below you. Nice, and Magic gets the trade for his players. Luckily, there's no people in CT, otherwise Viperio would have had difficulties with that not being smoked off. Viperio at least need the bomb plant this round, and we seem like we're going to have 2 players going aggressive CT. We have 2 AWPs in CT. This could prove to be deadly for the CT side. And 1 kill and 2 kills coming again. The push didn't work even against the 2 AWPs. And Twig getting that crucial kill. They know where he is, however, and the AWP in Sandwich is down to 15 HP. And he's down. It's all down to Twig and Slavic again, proving time and time again to come in clutch for his team. Krasavi 14, Viperio 7.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And this will be a crucial round for Viperio. If they can't do anything about this, then it will be match point next round. We're seeing a double AWP setup again, with Splash and Keck taking the AWPs. Viperio looking like they're going for a standard Rushki B push. Maybe trying to use the Russians' tactics against them. Tech 9 Suka Rush B. I don't know how well this is going to work. It's born and bred into the Russians that, you know, a Tech 9 Rush B is the strat to go for in these kind of situations. And they still have full utility on the B side. You know, we still have a Molotov. We still have smokes to hold off the Viperio side. And it looks like they're slowly backing off. I think maybe they stepped in here with that wall spam. That was the first time they spammed. And Magic going down. Oh, this is what I'm saying about the Viperio side. They should have stuck together. Use that team play against the CTs to overpower them. You know, going for these slight slow picks doesn't seem like it's going to be working for them. And another pick goes to Mello. I would like to see an AWP being picked up by Viperio, but something does come on the flank. And what a shot by LJM with a 1D. However, he does fall to Splash with the AWP. It's match point here for Krasavi, looking to take them into the 4-0 in the ESEA League, where Viperio seems like they're going to go 0-3. Now, when I used to play, you know, competitive Counter-Strike, the strat that I would, you know, potentially do here is I would just slow it down, you know, let the CTs waste their utility, you know, take your time and really let them waste that utility and finally explode on a site, you know. You know, look, again, this is what I mean. They're so aggressive with their utility early on. And we're seeing Mallow again being super aggressive with this AWP, holding an underpass. You know, there's one player on the A site for Krasavi. They seem like they've got Viperio red. Viperio do have full utility, however, and they've gone for the typical window smoke and the flashbang's over. This is do or die for Viperio, and it looks like they might be going for a bit of a fake. There's only one player that jumped out, and that is Chrismo, and he's come down with no option for trade. And the Molotov has been dropped below window, and it looks like this is going to be game 4 for Krasavi. Viperio just falling down into the Molotovs, and it is a 2v4 for Viperio to potentially see this game through, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. We've got one player bench, and Magic does pick up a kill, however, and Anterior, he does pick up a kill, equaling it up to a 2v2. However, we have 10 HP on Arianto. Rush knows where he is. Magic is going to have to come in clutch here for the Viperio side if there is any chance of this game going to overtime. I like what Viperio are doing right now. They're just taking the time, trying to get intel. Oh, and that nade does come through and kill Arianto. Magic does get the kill. It's a 1v1 for Viperio to see this game through. He does know where he is in the AWP, and he's got the intel. He's going for the plant. This could be huge. Both players know where each other are. Magic seems to be playing this smart. I hope he doesn't peek this. You know, he knows the player has an AWP. There's no need to peek. Magic does clutch it through for the Viperio side. What a play. Gas. And there's coming up a match pause here. I wonder what's going through both teams' heads. You know, Krasavi have the money, but now they don't. I've just noticed. Sorry, it's my first time casting. I'm getting used to it. Okay, let's see here. Let's have a look. Krasavi, they've gone for a force buy. We've seen the FAMAS and the MP9 coming out. They've still got a lot of utility. Most of them have got head armor. No diffuse kits. That's going to be crucial. Viperio here, again, their money situation's not good either. That forwards and backwards rounds kind of reset the money for both sides here. I don't know what I want to see from Viperio here. They've got the morale, they've got the momentum from that clutch. I would like to see something maybe slightly explosive and something fast from them. Use the tactics of what the Russians were using against them earlier. Again, we've seen an aggressive play from the CTs here, getting control of underground. And a whiff that is huge for Viperio, that pick mid didn't come through. That mid presence is going to be absolutely massive for Twig in any hopes of this A split. And it does look like they're going for a straight A explosion. Russia's got that flashbang ready for the push. Magic with the Molotov under and the MP9 coming out. All players on Russian at the same time. Russia's on 5 HP. And he goes down to Magic and Twig getting the kill on something. This is a 3v3 and it's getting intense for Krasavi. We do have an orb. And Antorio goes down to the Famous of Slavic and Magic gets the trade. It's a 2v2 again for the Viperio side. And it is all down to Magic again to clutch this, to keep his team in this game. Mello is down to, Meow is down to 17 HP. Slivic is on the FAMAS with full HP. Magic seems to know where he is. He's holding the angle. He knows that this flank is coming. Oh. And Magic does get the kill. Oh, and that is game for the CTs with a quick trade onto Magic. And that makes Krasavi 4-0 in Viperio, 0-4 in the ESEA League. What a good game from both sides, though. Even though it was, a seemingly one-sided game, Viperio did seem to bring it back, and it's obviously very demoralizing for both players, for a team to go down so much in the CT half. I would like to have seen Viperio maybe, be able to read the default that the CTs were doing a little bit more earlier on in the game, which maybe cost them so many rounds earlier on. However, Krasavi looking solid with their defaults. They really had that team chemistry going into this game. Viperio looking a little bit rusty on some on some of the takes. Viperio, not pushing together. There was that round where Magic had to clutch it, and the players were jumping out of B-App's window by themselves, and there was no reinforcements. But what a good game, though. Viperio seem like they're starting to bring the team chemistry together. It seems that it's the first time playing for this org. Krasavi seem a little bit more established. They're now 4-0 in the ESEA League. Exciting to see where both teams go. Well, that's it for the game today, guys. My name's Viperio Bigmal. Check out, we've just launched our new website, viperio.com. Have a little look. Yeah, it was a little bit rusty, boys, but I'll try my best. Maybe I'll stream the next Viperio game. But yeah, boys, thanks for tuning in. I've been Bigmal. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.